strong. And awesome, that's right. Nobody tell my kids any different. First, I'd like to thank the Phoenix Father's Day Council and the American Diabetes for being part of, for the honor of being part of such a great event. I'd also like to thank all the people at U.S. Bank for being here and supporting the American Diabetes Association. I'm so lucky to work for an organization like U.S. Bank that, at its very core, believes in supporting the balance between work and family. We also know that that builds better employees and ultimately builds a better company. And it's that kind of balance that helps me be a better father and a better husband. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad for coming in from Wisconsin. They came in yesterday. 110 degrees here, they left 66 degrees in Wisconsin. So, welcome to summer. I know you've never been here in the summer. For good reason. I'm sure that as much as they were proud, they were also probably a little bit curious as to what their troublemaker son got himself into. My mom and dad were great teachers. Whether it was gathering for dinner, or sitting in a fishing boat with my brother and my dad, or just sitting around a campfire, I now get it. It was time to communicate, learn, and teach. And as a father, I try to recreate that with my own family. I love the campfires, not so good on the taking fish off the hook. Sorry, Dad. I think everyone also needs a coach, and I have the best. My wife, Lori. She's always there. She's an incredible wife and mother, and she's always there for me, gently reminding me when I get off track with my parenting. Just one example of her natural parenting abilities was when she spent the first 8 weeks of Nicholas and Jacob's lives in a hospital. Never once complaining, never once thinking about herself. In my book, she's Mother of the Year every year. I'm sure you all recognize that the preparations for this take several months, and us fathers, we don't really have to worry about the food or the drinks, but what we get to do is we get to look through pictures and videos and whatnot, write some bios, and I can't tell you how many times I cried and laughed as I was looking over pictures from the last 10 years that I was a father. Lori and I would spend hours in front of a computer screen talking about the experiences and just getting very close. And I think after all that, we recognize how lucky we are to have each other as a family. The other part of the journey is all the questions. Why and how? How did you become Father of the Year? Or the most embarrassing one of all is, why you? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that for all the other 4 fathers, this is absolutely the most embarrassing honor you could have given. It's kind of like getting the award for the most awesome dad, which maybe I am, or most awesome guy, or strongest guy, whatever. It's just way too subjective. Certainly my wife wanted to know the criteria, but I kept that secret. Obviously, we know why we're all here, and that's to help out the American Diabetes Association. The best question of all came from Jacob. One night, after dinner, we were sitting around cleaning up, and we were talking about the American Diabetes Association and this great celebration. And Jacob turns to me and just says, "Dad, is it hard being a dad?" I didn't let 3 seconds go by, and I said, "Absolutely not. Maybe it's a little bit of the marketing in me. Maybe it's the glass half full. Of course, I can never show any weakness." I could see Lori out of the corner of my eye, and she kind of glared at me, and she was cleaning up and correcting homework and getting things ready for the next day. I'm sure she was thinking, maybe being a father would be just a little bit more difficult if you were helping out right now. For some reason, that question never got out of my head, though. For the last couple months, I've been thinking about it. And Jacob, I want to answer your question. No marketing. It's tough being a dad. I worry about your safety. I worry about you constantly. I try to provide all the necessities, food, clothing, shelter. I worry about your education. You're very expensive. I want you to be happy and I want you to be loved. And I want you to have a fun, fulfilling childhood like my parents provided for me. So yes, it's hard being parents. But the reason we don't focus on that is because the positives so greatly outweigh the tough parts. And Jacob, you inspire me. You inspire me to learn and to explore. And Nicholas, you inspire me to exercise, be healthy, run faster and farther. And Katie, you inspire me to be kind and to show people how much I love them. Without you, your mom and I would not be who we are today. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I'd like to especially thank the folks at U.S. Bank for coming out and supporting me, the American Diabetes Association, all the customers, all the friends and family. I just want to say thank you.